You have a job. You make sure to show up every single day to do the work. Every month, a paycheck lands in your account, and somehow, by the time the next one comes, you're sitting there wondering where it all went. You're not buying crazy things. You're not gambling. You're not throwing money around. You're just living. And living is somehow costing everything you make. If that feeling is familiar, this video is for you. Because feeling broke while having a job is one of the most confusing and quietly painful things a person can experience. You feel like you should be fine. The math seems like it should work, but it doesn't. And the reason it doesn't work has nothing to do with being lazy, stupid, or bad with money. It has to do with something almost nobody explains to working Americans. And we are going to go through it step by step today. My name is Lance. If you are someone whose paycheck disappears monthly before another arrives, hit subscribe, let's get into it, and talk about what actually works too. Angela is 28 years old. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia. She works as a teacher's aide at an elementary school. She loves her job. She loves seeing the excitement on her students' faces when they finally understand something they had been struggling with. She is good at what she does. And last year, she got her first full-time contract, $42,000 a year. When she signed that paper, $42,000 felt like real money, more than she had ever made before. Enough to stop worrying. So let us do what Angela did. Let us look at that $42,000 and feel good about it for a second. $42,000 a year, $3,500 a month. That is what Angela saw on paper. That is the number she built her plans around. That is not the number that showed up in her bank account. Here is the first thing nobody sits you down and explains when you start a new job. The number on your contract is not the number you take home. Not even close. Before Angela sees a single dollar of that $3,500, a line of things is already waiting to take a cut. First, federal income tax. Based on Angela's income, the federal government takes roughly $320 a month. Second, state income tax. Georgia takes another $130 a month. Third, Social Security and Medicare. These come out automatically. Another $267 a month. Fourth, Angela's job offers health insurance. Her share of that premium is $180 a month. She needs it, so she pays it. Fifth, her school automatically enrolls her in a 403B retirement plan similar to a 401k. 3% of her paycheck, another $105 a month. Add all of that up. Before Angela buys a single thing, $1,002 has already left her paycheck. She started with $3,500 on paper. She is now working with $2,498, and she has not paid for rent, food, or gas yet. This is what most people never see clearly. The number on your offer letter is a fiction. The real number, the one your life actually runs on, is almost always hundreds of dollars smaller. And if nobody shows it to you, you build your whole life around the wrong number. Now Angela has $2,498. Let us follow it through the month. Rent for her one-bedroom apartment in Atlanta, $1,250. Gone. Car insurance, $140. Gone. Her car payment, $0. She paid cash for an older car. Smart move, but not everyone can do that. Phone bill, $85. Gone. Electricity and internet, $120 combined. Gone. That is $1,595 out of $2,498, just for the basics. A roof, a car she can insure, a phone, lights, and internet. Angela is left with $903. $903 to cover groceries, gas, clothing, toiletries, any medical copay that comes up, any car repair that comes up, birthday gifts, anything she wants to do for fun, and any emergency that arrives without asking, for an entire month. $903. That is roughly $30 a day. In Atlanta, in 2026. And she has a job. A real full-time job she worked hard to get. There is a part of this conversation that almost nobody has had. Having a job costs money. That sounds strange. Your job pays you money. How does it cost you money? But think about what Angela has to spend just to show up and keep her job. Gas to drive to work, $60 a month. She cannot skip this. Work clothes and shoes. Teacher's aides are on their feet all day around kids. Shoes wear out. She budgets about $25 a month averaged across the year. Lunch. She tries to pack food from home, but 3 times a week she is so tired by morning that she buys something near the school. That adds up to about $50 a month. And there are the subscriptions. This one is quiet and sneaky. Angela has a streaming service for $16 a month, a music app for $11, a cloud storage plan for $3, a news app she forgot she signed up for at $8, and an old free trial that converted to $12 a month 4 months ago that she did not notice. That is $50 a month in subscriptions, some of which she barely uses. Add the cost of working gas, clothes, lunch, subscriptions, and another $185 leaves quietly every month. Angela is now down to $718 for the rest of the month. Then groceries. Eating at home as much as possible, about $280 a month. She is left with $438. That $438 has to cover every surprise, every social event, every time her body needs something, every time her car needs something, every single unexpected thing life brings. Most months, something unexpected comes. A $90 copay, a $150 car repair, a friend's wedding gift. And just like that, Angela is at zero before the next paycheck. Not because she is reckless, not because she is spending on luxury items, because $42,000 a year in Atlanta in 2026 does not actually go as far as the number sounds. There is a name for what Angela is living inside. I call it the paycheck illusion. The paycheck illusion is when the number you earn sounds like enough, but the number you actually live on is not. And it catches almost every working American at some point, because we are taught to think about money in big yearly numbers. $42,000 a year sounds solid, but nobody lives on yearly numbers. You live on what lands in your account every month, minus everything waiting to take a piece of it before you even open your eyes. A recent study found that 53% of Americans say they worry about money every single day, and almost half say they struggle to pay their monthly bills. These are not people who are not working. Most of them have jobs. They are just living inside the paycheck illusion, and nobody ever showed them the real math. The problem is not your job. The problem is that nobody handed you a clear picture of where the money actually goes. So you spend your life reacting to an empty account instead of planning around the real number. So what actually fixes this? Not a complicated budget, not a new app, not cutting every small joy out of your life. One piece of paper. Here is what I want you to do. Sit down with your last pay stub, the one that shows what actually landed in your account, not what your salary says. Write down that real take-home number at the top. Then write down every single fixed cost beneath it. Rent, insurance, phone, utilities, subscriptions. Every dollar that leaves automatically or predictably every month. Add those up and subtract them from your take-home. What is left is your real spending money, not what you thought you had, what you actually have. A lot of people have never seen this number written clearly in one place. And when they finally see it, two things happen. First, they stop feeling confused and start feeling clear. The mystery is gone. The number is just a number now, not a scary feeling. Second, they find at least one or two things in that fixed cost list that they can cut or reduce: a forgotten subscription, an insurance plan they can shop around on, a phone plan with cheaper options. Even finding $80 or $100 in that list changes things. Not because $80 is life-changing money, but because it is $80 you decide what to do with, instead of $80 that disappears without a name. Angela sat down on a Sunday afternoon with her pay stub and a piece of paper. She wrote the real number at the top, $2,498. She wrote every fixed cost underneath it, one by one, including the subscription she had to look up because she could not remember all of them. When she found the forgotten $12 subscription and the news app she never read, she canceled both on the spot. She added everything up. She subtracted it from $2,498. She sat there looking at the real number she had been living on every month. She was not angry. She was not embarrassed. She said out loud to nobody in her apartment, "Oh, that is why." That is the moment this video is trying to give you. Not a miracle, not a get-rich-fast plan, just that one quiet moment where the confusion stops and you finally see the real picture. Because you cannot fix a problem you cannot see clearly. And most working Americans are trying to fix their money without ever looking at the real numbers. This is what I want you to do today. Pull up your last pay stub, the real one, not your contract, not your offer letter, the one that shows what actually hit your account. Write that number down, then write every fixed monthly cost under it. Add them up, subtract, see what is actually left. That number you just found, that is what your life actually runs on. Now you are working with the truth instead of a feeling. If this video helped you finally understand why your paycheck disappears, hit subscribe and drop a like. See you in the next one.